There is one slot left in the semifinals. Who will move on for their chance at the $1,000 grand prize? Will it be the Eagles of Mount Ararat? Or the Rams of Deering? Find out next on High School Quiz Show, Maine.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by Energy is about more than just keeping the lights on. It's about living life. As parents, friends, and teammates, Unitil is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine. Unitil, more than a utility, part of your community.
From whoops to uh-oh to oh no. Safety insurance can help you manage life's storms, even the indoor kind. Since 1852, Bangor Savings Bank has been dedicated to keeping New Englanders at the heart of what they do. That means investing in communities they serve and supporting families and businesses. You matter more.
And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to High School Quiz Show Maine. I'm your host, Todd Gutner. In our last episode, Yarmouth secured their spot in semifinal number 2. They'll be joined by one of today's teams, both hoping to have their chance at the $1,000 prize. Mount Ararat from Tossup have had a great year so far, knocking off Marshwood to make it to this game. But they need to get past Deering from Portland, who defeated Windham to earn their place in this quarterfinal. Let's get things going by meeting the teams. For Mount Ararat, we have Ryan, Isaac, Brady, and Finn, with alternate Charles and coach Jason Prince. And for Deering, we have Violet, Asa, Connor, and Eve, with alternate DeLuca, and they're coached by Kyle Davenport. The competition has 4 rounds: the toss-up round, the head-to-head round, the category round, and the lightning round. We'll start with the toss-up round. All answers are worth 10 points, and this is the only round with no point deductions for wrong answers. Players must wait for me to complete the question, and if one team answers incorrectly, the other team will be given a chance to answer. Everybody ready? Yeah. Okay, good luck both teams. Here comes the first question. Mamma Mia and Waterloo are songs by what Swedish singing group who released their first single in the early 1970s? Violet.
ABBA.
ABBA's right. Your parents will be proud. Necessary for blood to clot. The smallest blood cells in the human body have what name that refers to their circular shape? Connor.
Platelets.
Platelets, yes. Peter Venkman, played by Bill Murray, Raymond Stantz, played by Dan Aykroyd, Egon Spengler, played by Harold Ramis, and Winston Zeddemore, played by Ernie Hudson, are characters that make up what title group in a 1984 movie comedy? Ryan.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yes. Because of its shape and the fact that it was a good place to grow crops, what name was coined in 1914 to describe the region that curved through ancient Mesopotamia from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean Sea? Eve.
The Fertile Crescent.
That is right. Nice job. Up next, we have a picture question. Here's the monitor over here. Chiseled out of a single piece of marble and standing 17 feet tall, this sculpture by Renaissance artist Michelangelo was finished in 1504 and is on display in the city of Florence, Italy. What is the name of this famous piece of art? Connor.
David.
That's right, Statue of David. Operating from 2004 to 2015, the Messenger space probe studied conditions on which planet? That is named for the messenger god of Roman mythology. Brady?
Mars.
Ooh, that's incorrect. Deering, you want to try? Go for it, Connor.
Mercury.
Mercury is right. Nice job. According to legend, Queen Dido founded what ancient Phoenician city that the Romans destroyed in 146 BCE? I heard Violet get in there. Go for it, Violet.
Babylon.
Oh, that's incorrect. Mount Ararat, you have a chance. You'd like to guess? Go for it, Finn.
Troy.
The answer is Carthage. We'll move on to the next question. From 1889 to 1891, Frederick Douglass served as a diplomatic envoy from the U.S. to which French-speaking Caribbean nation? Brady?
Haiti.
Haiti. Nice job. In a short novel by Robert Louis Stevenson, what doctor discovers a way to transform himself into an evil character known as Mr. Hyde? Connor.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Dr. Jekyll, yes. What lowercase Greek letter that represents the radioactive decay constant is in the logo for the video game Half-Life? Connor again.
Gamma.
Ooh, that's incorrect. Mount Ararat. Answer is lambda. Lambda. The birthplace of the Buddha in the village of Lumbini is now a pilgrimage site in what present-day mountainous country that borders India? Connor.
Nepal.
Nepal, you made up for it. Nice job. The 2024 biographical film Back to Black was based on the life of what British singer who released the single Back to Black in 2007? Amy Winehouse is the answer. In ancient Egypt, a shadoof was a device to lift and carry which of these things? Bricks, grain, or water? Connor Deering.
Water.
Water, yes. All right, we have a math question now. Get ready. A gross is a unit of measurement equal to 12 dozen. How many items are in a gross? Finn.
144.
You nailed it. Nice job. What Dutch artist painted many of his most famous works, including Starry Night, while he was living in France? Finn again.
Van Gogh.
You got it again. In Greek mythology, what part man, part bull creature was imprisoned in the labyrinth and slain by Theseus? Connor Deering.
The Minotaur.
Yes, good work. Which federal legislative act passed in 1941 allows the United States to provide weapons and wartime supplies to any nation whose defense is considered necessary to the interests of the U.S.? Isaac.
Lend-Lease.
Yes, nice work. Kimiko Glenn voices the title character in what animated series about a cheerful squirrel that debuted in 2023? The answer is Kif. Which of these common substances contains a carboxyl group? Ammonia, table salt, or vinegar? Violet?
Vinegar.
Vinegar, yes. When you're talking about the stock market, a bull market refers to when investors are confident and stock prices are rising. What other animal represents a market where investors are cautious and stock prices are declining? Ryan?
Bear.
Bear, nice job. From Greek and Latin words that essentially mean wrong time, what term describes a literary work or film that places events or characters in a historical context where they could not have occurred or existed? Asa.
Anachronism.
Great. Yes, you got it. Nice job, Asa. Math question, our second one. A 1,600 square foot apartment is priced at $140,800. What is the price per square foot of this apartment? Nobody got it. The answer is $88 per square foot. A piece of chocolate begins to melt when you place it on your tongue. This is an example of what method of heat transfer from one solid body to another by contact? Asa.
Conduction.
Yes. The Irish Gaelic name of what political party in Ireland translates as we ourselves? Connor?
Sinn Féin.
Yes. The Maine International Airport serving the city of Belgrade, Serbia, is named for what Serbian-American inventor known for his work with electrical machinery powered by alternating current? Brady?
Tesla.
Tesla, yep. In which opera by George Bizet is the title character a young woman who works in a factory making cigarettes? Eve?
Camille.
That's incorrect. Mount Ararat? Carmen. Carmen is the right answer. Okay, that's the end of our first round. Got a pretty good one here. Mount Ararat 70, Deering 130. Don't go anywhere. We'll meet the players when we get back. Before we go to the head-to-head round, we like to pause and get to know our players with a slightly off-the-wall question. It is, you have been asked to help design a new theme park. What is the theme and where would this theme park be? Ryan, we'll start with you. Mount Ararat?
I'd have to go with a roller coaster theme park somewhere in Florida.
Somewhere in Florida. Why Florida?
I feel like that's where most theme parks are.
Why? I wonder why that is. They probably are, you're right. Isaac, your turn.
Mine would be an eagle-themed park in beautiful Tossup, Maine.
You're into eagles? The bird, right? Oh,
bird.
The Tossup eagle. Of course, I should have known. What's your favorite eagle?
Golden eagle.
Sure?
Positive.
Okay, golden eagle. Brady, you go.
I'd do a Cars theme park, probably set somewhere in the desert like the movie is.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Do you have a favorite car? Favorite vehicle?
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen itself? Okay, cool. Finn, your turn.
I would go with the Todd Gutner themed park, probably in West Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, so you're going from my hometown, huh?
Yeah, yep.
If we had a theme park in West Hartford, Connecticut, I might have stayed. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, Finn. Let's go to Deering. Violet.
I think I'd do a moon landing theme park on the moon.
Ooh, that would be awesome. To be able to, do you want to go to space at some point?
I don't know.
You don't know, but you want a theme park up there. All right. Asa.
Perhaps a Wright Brothers theme park in Dayton, Ohio, or somewhere near there.
Yeah.
And then
Is there one there right now?
might be, but the one that is there right now probably doesn't have a roller coaster that turns into a plane.
Oh, there it is.
You know, that's the
There
novelty.
was a
in mind.
punchline there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Asa. Connor.
I would do like a pirate theme park just because I really like water slides.
Oh yeah, water slides. Like the biggest water slide possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and Eve.
I think I would do a dessert theme park, and
Yes.
I would put it right in Portland so I could visit.
What is your favorite dessert, Eve? Everybody wants to know.
Probably blueberry pie.
Blueberry pie.
That's a good choice.
You're a Maine girl, aren't you? All right, thank you guys. The head-to-head round is next, but let's see how well you do with our viewer question of the week.
Hi, I'm Alec O'Mara from Unitil, and this is your viewer question of the week. We've posed 11 questions so far this season, each with a numerical answer. Add up those 11 answers, then divide by the answer you get from this question. What is the route number of Maine's only federally designated all-American road? Again, divide your first number by the answer to this question. You should now have a number that is notable in Maine's history. Keep track of your answers and tune in to the semifinals for part 2 of the Viewer Question Challenge.
It's time for the head-to-head round. Players alternate facing off one-on-one right here at the desk. Correct answers are worth 10 points. Incorrect answers will cost you 10 points. There are 90 seconds on our clock. Players ready? Here we go. Of the 30 U.S. states with a coastline, which state has the most shoreline mileage by far?
Florida.
Alaska is the correct answer. Peggy Parrish wrote 12 books for kids about what housekeeper with a rhyming name and a tendency to misunderstand instructions? Amelia Bedelia. During the American Civil War, what man was the president of the Confederate States of America?
Davis?
Davis, nice. In addition to being one of the world's great thinkers, Albert Einstein played what string instrument that he had?
Violin.
Nice. Prince Prospero thinks he can hide from a deadly disease in The Mask of the Red Death, a story by what American author? Edgar Allan Poe. Equal to 10 to the 100th power. What name is?
Google.
Google, yes. A Boricua is a person from what American island in the Caribbean?
Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico, right. In the 2021 Disney animated film Encanto, which character does the Madrigal family not want to talk about?
Bruno.
Bruno, right. A group of barnyard creatures overthrow their human masters.
Animal Farm.
Animal Farm is right. Based on a book and film of the same name, what 2023 musical follows a conflict between two rival gangs and is told from the perspective of a greaser?
The Outsiders.
The Outsiders, nice. What is the name for a set? Ooh, that's the end of our head-to-head. We've got a score of Mount Ararat 80, Deering 180. The category round is next. Don't go away.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by
Sit up. Ready to learn? I'm a proud member of the Maine Education Association. English is my second language, and I am a teacher that teaches multilingual learners. My name is Nez Griffin, and I am MEA.
The Worthington Scholarship Foundation, dedicated to the success of Maine students by providing scholarships and personalized support throughout their college journeys. Learn more at worthingtonscholars.org.
Live and work in Maine, providing resources to those who want to relocate, move within, or stay in Maine. Proud to sponsor High School Quiz Show Maine and thanking Maine's educators and schools for preparing the workforce of tomorrow.
And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Next up is the category round with the following choices: the color purple, Demon Copperhead, Beloved, Independence Day, the Shipping News, and the Pulitzer Prize. Each team will alternate control of 2 categories. Questions have increasing point values. With each question, they can choose to answer and either gain or lose points. They can skip it and neither gain nor lose points. Or once per category, they can toss it and force the other team to answer. Players will have about 5 seconds to confer and decide what to do. Mount Ararat, you're trailing right now. Brady, where do you want to start?
We'll do Independence Day.
Independence Day. These will be questions about countries gaining their independence. Here is the first one. Which large country that borders China declared its independence from China in 1911 and again in 1921 after China tried to take it back?
Mongolia.
Mongolia is correct. Independence Day 15. On May 21st, 2006, the people of what country voted to separate from Serbia and become an independent republic?
Kosovo.
Ooh, that's incorrect. It's Montenegro. Independence Day for 20. The Independence Day of India is celebrated annually on August 15th, commemorating the nation's independence from the British Empire on August 15th of what year?
47.
What do you think, Brady? What
We'll
would you
skip.
like to do? You want to skip it? It is 1947. I heard one of you say it over there. Here's Independence Day for 25. The Lateran Treaty of 1929 officially designated what enclave in Rome as an independent nation-state?
Vatican City.
Vatican City is right. Independence Day for 30. Estonia, Moldova, and Kazakhstan are among the countries that gained or regained independence in what year that marked the official end of the Soviet Union?
1991.
Yes, nice job. Okay, that wraps up Independence Day. We'll head over to Deering for your first category. Connor, what's it going to be?
We'll choose shipping news.
Shipping news. Okay, these will be questions about historic ships. Here's the first one. Priscilla Mullins, John Alden, Miles Standish, and William Bradford arrived in Massachusetts in 1620 as passengers aboard what ship?
The Mayflower.
Mayflower, yes. The shipping news for 15. The Beaver, the Dartmouth, and the Eleanor were ships that the Sons of Liberty attacked during what historic political protest that took place on the night of December 16th, 1773?
The Boston Tea Party.
The Boston Tea Party.
Yes. The shipping news for 20. The Trinidad was the flagship of an expedition led by what explorer who left Spain in 1519 on a voyage to circumnavigate the globe?
Magellan.
Magellan is right. The shipping news for 25. What aircraft carrier that was in service from World War II through the Vietnam War is currently a Sea, Air, and Space Museum docked in the Hudson River in New York City?
You know what it's called? I don't know what it's called. Skip.
We'll skip this
I
one.
want to skip it. So it's the USS Intrepid. And the last one in shipping news. The United States entered World War I after which passenger ship was torpedoed by a German U-boat off the coast of Ireland on May 7th, 1915?
Lusitania.
Yes, nice work. All right, that wraps up the shipping news. We go back to Mount Ararat for your second category. Brady?
We'll do purple. Color purple.
The color purple. These will be questions related to the color purple. Here's the first one. In a classic children's book by Crockett Johnson, the title character is what kid who has a purple crayon?
Harold.
Harold is right. The color purple, 15. Which U.S. president is depicted on the Purple Heart Medal awarded to members of the armed services who have been wounded or killed in action?
We'll skip.
You'll skip? Okay, the answer is George Washington. Here's the color purple for 20. Violet Baudelaire and her siblings Klaus and Sonny are the main characters in what book series written by Lemony Snicket?
Series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, that's right. Color purple 25. Magenta is a character in what musical from the 1970s that also features characters named Brad, Janet, Riff Raff, and Dr. Frankenfurter?
We'll toss.
You want to toss, okay. So heads up, Deering, it's coming your way. Here's the question. Magenta is a character in what musical from the 1970s that also features characters named Brad, Janet, Riff Raff, and Dr. Frankenfurter?
Throat slitting one? What's that one?
Which one?
The throat slitting one where they eat people.
What do you think, Connor?
Oklahoma.
No, that was a good guess, though. It's the Rocky Horror Show. That's the right answer. One more question in the color purple for Mount Ararat. What is the three-letter name for the purple yam that's a common ingredient in Filipino cuisine, both savory and sweet?
Oh my gosh. You know the ice cream flavor?
No.
Ube.
You got it, ube. Finn pulling it out. Nice job. We're going back to Deering for their second category. Connor?
We will choose beloved.
Beloved. These are questions about famous couples in literature. Here's the first. In the play's prologue, specifically in line 6, Shakespeare describes Romeo and Juliet as a pair of what?
Star-crossed lovers.
Nice work. Beloved for 15. Scarlett O'Hara and Rhett Butler are the romantic couple at the center of what Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Margaret Mitchell published in 1936?
Gone with the Wind.
Yes. Beloved 20. In Act 1, Scene 5 of Shakespeare's play Antony and Cleopatra, Mark Antony sends Cleopatra what precious gift that he calls this treasure of an oyster?
Pearl.
Pearl, yeah. Beloved for 25. In the ancient Greek text, the Odyssey, what is the name of the wife of Odysseus, who waits a very, very long time for him to return home from the Trojan War?
Penelope.
Penelope's right. Beloved for 30. Set during a power outage in New York City, what 2021 novel contains intertwined love stories written by 6 award-winning young adult authors, including Angie Thomas and Nicola Yoon?
Skip.
You want to skip it? Eve was right. It was Blackout. All right, that wraps up our category round. Our current score is Mount Ararat 190, Deering 300. Everything can change in the lightning round, so sit tight. We'll be right back. Okay, we're heading into the final 90 seconds of gameplay, the lightning round. Players, you do not have to wait for me to finish the question. You can buzz in at any time, but do not answer until I call your name. You get 20 points for each correct answer. Incorrect answers will cost you 20, and the other team does not get a chance to answer. The clock is set. Good luck, and here we go. Which month is named for the Roman god of war? Violet.
March.
Yes. What German man designed the movable type press used to, Asa?
Gutenberg.
Gutenberg, right. At the 2024 Summer Olympics, the surfing competition was held on Brady.
Tahiti.
Tahiti, nice. Which mid-Atlantic state is named for the wife of King Charles I of
Maryland.
Maryland, yes. The movie Clueless was loosely based on what Jane Austen novel? Eve.
Emma.
Emma, right. What canal that linked the cities of Albany and Buffalo in New York? Connor.
Erie.
Erie, yes. What president is pictured on the face of the U.S. nickel? Finn.
Lincoln.
It's Jefferson. What type of desert makes up the largest desert in the world? Brady.
Sand.
Polar. What man founded the Mongol Empire in 1206? Go ahead, Connor.
Genghis Khan.
Yes. The state seal of Louisiana depicts what seabird with an expandable pouch? Brady.
Pelican.
Yes, pelican. In the 1960s, what woman hosted the French Chef TV cooking show on PBS? Asa.
Julia Child.
Right. What European language is the official language of the African countries Senegal? Go ahead, Finn.
French.
Yes. The first battle of the Civil War began on April 12, 1861 at what South Carolina fort? Isaac.
Sumter.
Right. A dollhouse. Oh, and that's the end of the lightning round. We have our winning team with a score of Deering with 420 points. They'll be moving on to the semifinals in just a few weeks. Our runner-up, Mount Ararat, 250 points. Thank you for playing. Congratulations to both teams. We're moving on to the semifinals, which will see Orono take on Westbrook and Yarmouth take on Deering. These teams are just one win away from the Season 8 championship. Be sure to tune in next time to see who will move to that final. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on High School Quiz Show Maine.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by Energy is about more than just keeping the lights on. It's about living life. As parents, friends, and teammates, Unitil is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine. Unitil, more than a utility, part of your community.
Home renovations can increase the value of your home. Safety Insurance offers a variety of home insurance products to cover your home's increased value. You can ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. Safety Insurance will help you manage life's storms.
Since 1852, Bangor Savings Bank has been dedicated to keeping New Englanders at the heart of what they do. That means investing in communities they serve and supporting families and businesses. You matter more.
And by viewers like you. Thank you.